We're glad we heard from you about running for city council.
We were surprised you accepted our invitation.
I was surprised I accepted.
You know, Gene Dickinson was going to run unopposed. That's why the Committee of Concerned Citizens asked you to run.
Well, it's my pleasure. I hope.
Oh, Mike. What did they say? What did they say?
Well, there's good news and there's bad news.
Well, let me hear the good news first.
Well, they still want me to run for city council against Gene Dickinson.
Well, honey, that's great.
And they suggested I get together with my staff.
What staff?
That's the bad news. I don't have one.
Well, you could start your staff with Peter. He's worked on a lot of political campaigns, and I would certainly give you all the help I could.
Well, that's true.
You can make a putt, you just put it in the cup. I beat him. I mean, I just couldn't play worse than he did. I tried, honest.
Wally, you're home so early.
Oh, I beat my boss.
Joe Fletcher?
Yeah, 3 or 4 shots on every hole.
Oh, you can't cheat even to lose, can you? What'd your boss say?
He wasn't too happy about it, especially when we were going back to the clubhouse and I crashed into him with the golf cart.
Well, you didn't.
I did.
What happened then?
Yeah, it took a while to find him. I knocked him into the lake. Over 8 feet deep in some places. Needless to say.
He fired you? I'm surprised he didn't try to kill you.
You're fired?
I'm fired.
You're fired.
I'm fired.
You're hired.
What?
Just don't come near me with a golf cart.
Mike, really? You won't be sorry. I'm going to be the best damn. What kind of best damn am I going to be? Salesman. Salesman's perfect. I mean, nobody can sell. Nobody can sell. What am I going to sell?
Me. See? The election committee asked me to put together an organization.
Dad needs a staff.
And I want you to help me sell me to the public.
Marcia, how do you know Dad needs a staff?
I told her.
Mickey was eavesdropping.
Mickey, get down here now. Hey, are we supposed to be listening to other people's conversations?
Well, how is a guy supposed to learn anything?
Not that way.
Okay, Dad.
So what do you say, Wally?
Sell you to the public, huh?
Yep.
You know, selling clothing or furniture or toys are one thing, but selling Mike Brady.
You're a good salesman, honey.
Sure, Wally, if I hadn't thought that, I wouldn't have asked you.
Like you always say, a good salesman can sell anything. Sorry, Dad. I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
Look, the obvious problem is the voters know all about Gene Dickinson because he's the incumbent, but nobody knows anything about me.
Don't worry, Mike. When I get through, those people will know you as well as Mom does.
Well, I certainly hope not.
Name, please?
Brady.
I can't wait to meet Peter's new girlfriend. He seems really excited about her.
New girlfriends are always exciting.
I hope you're not speaking from recent personal experience, kiddo.
This way, please.
Thank you. This is a nice place.
Yes, thank you. Well, I want it to be a little special if I'm going to ask Peter to run my campaign.
Oh, Peter will be wonderful. After all, he did get Supervisor Edwards elected. He and Wally work great together.
Oh, I know, but I'm still a little concerned about asking him to take a leave of absence from his job.
Well, he's been working with that environmental group. They'll love your stand on those issues.
No, but I still don't like asking a big favor.
Oh, get used to it, honey. That's what politicians do. What are you going to have?
Brady?
Oh,
They're over there, sir. Yeah.
Mom, Dad, Terry.
Hello, Terry.
hey, Terry, I'm Carol.
Terry and I met when you were speaking at the homeowner rally about the freeway ramp.
Oh.
And it's been better and better every day.
Terry.
And I have to apologize, Mr. Brady.
Apologize for what?
Well, my father voted against your proposal. He's Gene Dickinson.
Let bygones be bygones is what I always say. So, what's on your mind, Dad?
Why don't we order first?
I bet this is going to be a wonderful lunch.
Peter, come over here a minute. Let me tell you why I've asked you to lunch.
Do you want to wait for Mom and Terry to get out of the ladies' room?
No, I don't. Listen, first of all, I didn't know you were dating Terry. But I wanted to ask you, if you would take a leave of absence from your job, join Wally, your mom, and me, and run my campaign for me.
Oh, Dad, I'd love to.
Would you?
I'd be honored. We'd make a great team, and you're going to make a terrific councilman. Now, as far as work is concerned, I know your position on the environment, so getting some time away from work shouldn't be that difficult.
Well, what about this? Gene Dickinson is Terry's father. She may have very strong feelings about his opponent, let alone his opponent's son.
Dad, you've always told me to face things openly and honestly. And I think a true relationship will be able to survive anything. Terry and I have a special kind of closeness.
Oh, Mike gave it to me. He has great taste.
Babe, you wouldn't believe the most incredible coincidence. My father is going to be running against your father.
Mike, she's a lovely girl, and she seems crazy about Peter.
Remains to be seen.
Oh, really?
Yes, incredible.
Well, that's one way of putting out the fire.
And in conclusion, let's be reminded that things need not remain as they are. We're not stuck in the status quo, that we have an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, a golden opportunity for change. Thank you.
That's good, Mike, but I think maybe...
It was good, Mike. Tell you what, let's try the introduction now, okay? Go to the kitchen, come in, make an entrance, give Peter a chance to introduce you properly.
No, I think it's a good idea. I think the introduction will help that. Why don't you just take a few minutes?
There you go. Wait till you get to the table.
That looks good.
What? What's going on, Grandpa?
Oh, Peter and Wally want to introduce me to everybody.
But everybody already knows you. That's right, Grandpa. And you know them, too.
I know, but we're just pretending so I can practice my speech.
All right, I'm ready.
Here I come.
There we go. Go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you for the first time the next city councilman of the 4th District, Mike Brady.
What do you want, Mike?
Very handsome, Mr. Brady.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, excuse me, Mike. Politicians don't enter like that. Okay, you want to keep these in your coat pocket? All right? Head up, confident and carefree. Look, enter like this. Okay? Confident, carefree. How do you do?
Oh, thank you.
Very lovely. Good to meet you. That is a charming hat.
Oh.
And an adorable baby. Try something like that.
Oh, that's very funny, but I can't do that. I mean, it's just not me. I think you're going to have to sell me as I am. Don't you?
Okay, Mike, but you sure are making it tough on me.
Just be the best you can.
I'll give her a whirl.
Oh, come on, kids. Come on, Patty. Come down here, sweetheart.
Ladies and gentlemen, in running for the office of councilman of the 4th District, I would like you to come along with me on a journey, a difficult journey, a journey into uncharted waters in which we have to be courageous enough to sail without special interests, to sail against the tide of corporate contributions and personal priorities. But I am confident in the success of this voyage, first of all because I am buoyed by the strength of my crew. At the helm, my son steers this campaign. At his side, my son-in-law, my wife, who truly provides, is in charge of fundraising.
Can I help? I like fundraising.
Not fundraising, Mickey. That's fundraising.
Well, I like fundraising better. So do I. Me too. Come on, you guys, let's go out and play. You too, Patty. No offense, Grandpa.
Don't spill your milk. Come on, let's go outside, you guys. Sorry. Kevin, no more cookies.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. Second of all, because I intend to run a campaign that steers straight and true, that pinpoints relevant issues that are of concern not just to the few, but to each and every one of us. That's the beginning.
Oh, Mike, that's wonderful.
Good.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Very strong, Mike. Is this a candidate or what?
I loved it.
Do you think that's too much water imagery?
No, I thought it was hard about the bridge. It was
Very
great.
good. Well, listen, I think we better nail down which issues we want to hit the hardest.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
Well, what's the matter?
They've decided to close the trauma center at the hospital. Can you believe it?
Oh, no.
You know, if people only knew how important it is, I know they'd never let it happen.
Now they're closing trauma centers? This is wonderful.
Sorry you feel that way.
No, he means as an issue in the campaign.
All right, that's another good one.
The ozone.
This is great. What is it again?
Cajun food. Jambalaya.
Well, I love it, even if I can't spell it.
Actually, Peter, we didn't invite you over just for dinner. I wanted to talk to you about Dad's campaign. Mom was telling me about this big meeting you all had, and I wasn't there.
Well, we were going to invite you, but,
But what?
well, Wally and I had talked about it, and we thought that, well, to be quite honest with you, Bob, we thought that because of the wheelchair, the campaign would be too much for you.
That's what you thought. What about me?
Bobby, we honestly thought that...
You could have thought, Peter. Just because I'm in this has nothing to do with this. I can do my own thinking. Peter, you know that before I got into racing, I was a business major in college. And I also happen to be pretty handy on a computer. I can be useful. I mean, if my own family thinks I can't be useful just because I'm in a stupid wheelchair, what is everybody else supposed to think? You ever heard of a guy named Franklin Delano Roosevelt? He was pretty useful. And I'm not running for president.
Though Bobby could, as far as I'm concerned.
I was wrong, Bobby. Sorry. Can I still have dessert?
Yeah.
All right. You can have dessert. If you spell jambalaya. Here you go. Thank you.
Okay, I got A through J.
Oh, that sounds easy enough.
We have K through S.
Thank you.
T through Z.
No problem.
And T through Z. Okay, good. Now listen, you're going to find that a lot of people will be hanging up on you. Just do your best to get our message across, okay? Okay, who needs paper?
I do.
Paper here.
Hello, Mrs. Aronson. You don't know me, but I'm a concerned citizen just like yourself. And
Hi, Mrs. Carston. I'm calling about the city council race.
oh, Mrs. Harris, I'm so glad you're there. I want to talk to you about
Mr. Thompson, you don't know me. Hello, Mrs. Harlan. I'm a concerned citizen, and I'd like... Hello? Persistence, everyone! Persistence! You can do it!
All right.
Thanks, Peter.
Got it?
Yeah.
Excuse me. What are you doing here?
I'm here to see your father's campaign manager.
Leo, enemy at 3 o'clock.
Terry, why are you taking this thing so personally?
Why? Because you obviously went out with me just to learn my father's plans for the campaign.
I didn't even know my father was running at the time. I went out with you, Terry, because you're one of the sweetest women I know.
And you're one of the most despicable men I know.
We're friends. Sure sounds that way. So you're the boys running Mike Brady's campaign?
That's right. Peter Brady. I'm his campaign manager. This is Bobby Brady.
Hi.
I'm Leo Bardwell.
We're here to challenge Gene Dickinson to a debate with our father.
Sure you are.
What's that supposed to mean?
Come on, kids. I've heard Mike Brady speak. I'm not putting my man on the same platform. Hey, check the polls. We're winning. Why take the risk?
Because that's the only fair way to judge the candidates.
Bobby, we're not talking fair. We're talking politics. I mean, after all, Dad's got you working for the sympathy vote.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute, Leo.
I really don't have a minute. I got an election to win. Good luck.
You hold him down. I'll run him over.
Yeah.
Hi, Gary.
Hey. What a bevy of beauties.
Gary, this is my mother, Carol.
Hi.
Carol at sunrise.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And these are my sisters, Marcia, Jan, and my sisters-in-law, Nora and Tracy.
Hi. No men in the family?
All out campaigning.
Aha, okay.
And this is my boss, Gary Greenberg, who has generously donated his studio time for us to tape the Brady for councilman spot.
Thank you very much.
Generously donated. Cindy said if I didn't, she'd take her sunrise to another station.
That's my girl.
Why don't we set up for the session?
Oh,
okay?
yes, sounds good.
Are we doing it like in a real professional?
Stop the music, rock and rollers. We have a political message. When you vote for councilman, mark your ballot for the best man, Mike Brady!
For better laws and rules, for better roads and schools, for community swimming pools. Vote for Brady, vote for Brady. Council, he's the man. Put the X there where you can. He's the best man in the land. Vote for Brady, vote for Brady. B-R-A-D-Y, B-R-A-D. Why?
I'm for a city administration that backs up a police department. I think we need some muscle here. Hope you'll give me your vote. Mike Brady for councilman of the 4th District? Yes. Thank you. I'm Mike Brady. I'm running for councilman of the 4th District. I want to do what I can to reopen your trauma center here at the hospital.
Vote for Mike Brady.
Doctor?
Dad, we've got a
Mike
meeting
Brady?
with the chairman of the committee to save the opera this afternoon, and
Yeah.
before then we've got to get to the construction site.
Okay, on my way.
Vote for Mike Brady.
All right, that's Mike Brady. You know what you have to do.
Here's the
For the next house.
Yeah, let's hope for that. Someone will have it. Grandpa's gonna win. Wait for me.
Yes?
Hi, we're new in the neighborhood, and we're collecting bottles and cans for recycling. Newspapers, too.
Well, aren't you the good citizen?
We sure are. He's a brand new good citizen.
Well, hi. Let me see what I have for you.
Maybe you can get some chocolate chip cookies, too. This is a lot of fun, isn't it? I'd rather eat a frog. We're doing our part to help Grandpa get elected. Yes, he's my very first Grandpa.
All right, here we are. Here's some cans,
I'll take that.
and there's some papers.
Thanks. And here's a receipt.
Oh, wait a minute, this isn't a receipt.
Better than a receipt. It tells you who to vote for.
Oh, clever.
That's us. See, Mike Brady's our grandfather. He believes in trauma centers, recycling. Will you vote for him?
Well, I'll certainly give it some thought.
You better, or we'll be back on Halloween.
Well, boo to you, too.
All right, you guys are hanging around here too long. You better get back up to the work.
Glad to hear it. Thanks for your support.
Hey, Brady, the guys really seem to like you.
Well, I'm glad to have the opportunity, especially since I understand most of you voted for Gene Dickinson in the past.
Yeah, well, you know. You got any more stops today?
Oh, sure. Next is a representative for cultural subsidies to save the opera.
Oh, good. You know, my wife's favorite opera is The Young and the Restless.
Well, I'll bear that in mind. Thanks again.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Jan,
Yes, Dennis.
I can't decide where to put the elevator. Now, we can put it here, or we could put it here.
How about, right over there?
Well, wait a minute. That's on the outside of the building.
An outside elevator adds to the overall dynamics of the structure, and it gives additional office space on each floor. This looks to be about an additional 200 square feet. Why don't you figure out the material costs of this new design and bring me back the numbers?
You know, Jan, when your father turned over the company to you, we weren't so sure about it.
Why? Because I'm a woman or because I'm too young?
I'm not so sure we can keep up with you.
I'll keep trying. My father would be here himself, but campaigning doesn't leave him much time for anything else.
Yeah, of course. Outside of the building, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Dynamite.
Come in, Mike. Glenn Martinson, chairman of the committee to save the opera.
Delighted to meet you.
Well, please, come in and sit down.
Thank you.
Oh, we were very pleased to have a candidate who understood the cultural needs of the community.
That's something I really believe in.
And that's the way you plan to vote on that kind of legislation, including construction of the new opera house?
Well, Mr. Martinson, I haven't studied the matter, but if it seems appropriate, certainly.
That's why I wanted to meet you, Mike. I want to make it seem very appropriate. This is some of our most effective literature.
I don't think I understand.
Politics is politics. We just want to make sure you vote for cultural legislation regarding the opera.
I don't know what this is all about, but I'm leaving right now.
Oh, just a moment. I don't want you to think that this is in the nature of a bribe.
It isn't in the nature of a bribe, Mr. Martinson. It is a bribe.
How you doing over there, Alice?
Just fine.
How many rounds left in this fight?
Oh, you got him on the ropes, champ.
I'll get it. It's the delivery man.
Hi.
Aren't you going to give him a tip?
Yes, I'm going to give him a tip. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I see?
It's addressed to me.
Well, if you don't like it, will you give it to me?
Maybe. Get out of here.
What is it, Mike?
Junk mail. Take a look at that.
Mike Brady, candidate for city council, was seen accepting a huge amount of cash in exchange for campaign promises.
Read the note that came with it.
Mr. Brady, this is not a real newspaper, but unless you withdraw from the city council race, this article and picture will be distributed to every newspaper within the council district. Well, then it's not on the streets yet.
Well, no, apparently not.
Well, thank God.
That's it?
Mike, first of all, we all know that you would never do a thing like that.
Honey, I appreciate that you trust me, but what about everybody else?
What do you think?
I think we should call Richard Nixon and ask him to arrange a cover-up.
Wally, there's nothing to cover up. We all know you wouldn't do anything like this, Dad.
How we handle this is important, and not just to me, to you, because you're professionals, you have your families, you have your careers. If they're going to believe that about me, it's going to rub off on you.
Oh, come on, Dad. I think you should just deny it.
Well, there's no time to deny it. Cindy, the election's almost here. If people read this in the paper, there'll be no time to repair the damage.
I don't think he should resign. That would be letting a lie force him to quit.
That's right.
I hate to sound self-centered here, but what about Brady and Associates? I'm running that company now.
Jan, we're all in the same boat.
Well, that's true, too.
Well, she's right. We have to weigh the consequences here.
Let's be logical. There's only one person who could have stooped to this low-life trick.
Gene Dickinson.
Yeah, that's right. Who else? Do it.
You know, this is just a thought, but I think you should beat him at his own game. Yeah, trap Dickinson with a naked woman. Huh? That's just a thought.
Wally.
Well, there is someone we can call. Give me a phone.
Dickinson headquarters.
This is Mike Brady. I want to speak to Gene Dickinson.
Hold on. Dad? It's Mike Brady.
Mike, a little early to concede, don't you think?
I'm not about to do that, Gene.
Just a joke, Mike. What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is, that newspaper.
The editorials? Well, we all get roasted sometimes. Get used to it.
If you've been in as many campaigns as I have.
I'm talking about the setup in the office with me supposedly taking a bribe.
What office? What bribes? What are you talking about?
Are you telling me that you don't know?
No.
You mean I get a fake newspaper with a picture of me and a handful of money and a threat to publish it unless I withdraw from the race? And you don't know?
Mike, I'll find out about this and I'll get back to you. I promise. And it's not just a campaign promise.
What did he say?
That he didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, what'd you expect?
Well, it's what happens next that counts.
I guess politics never change.
Well, I would like to give Dickinson the benefit of the doubt. Hello?
Mike, this is Gene.
Yeah, Gene. Did you find out anything?
I'm sorry to say I did. Leo Barwell, my campaign manager, got a little overzealous.
You telling me he did this on his own?
Who did what on his own?
Leo.
Leo who?
In fact, Leo is now my ex-campaign manager. What he did was inexcusable.
Yeah, it was inexcusable.
What was inexcusable?
It's a shame I have to take responsibility for what my staff does. That paper and picture will never be published anywhere.
Well, that's a relief.
What's a relief?
Will you hush?
To make up for this, you know how you've been wanting to debate? Let's do it.
You name the time and the place.
The time and place for what? Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was a duel.
How about your daughter Cindy's radio show?
Isn't that giving me the advantage?
Mike, if I can beat you there, I can beat you anywhere.
Well, I'll talk to Cindy and see if I can set it up and get back to you.
Fine.
Bye.
You're going to debate on Cindy's show?
Yeah.
This is really going to be rock and roll.
Okay, Cindy, you're on.
This is a special edition of Cindy at Sunrise, and this morning, instead of terrific music, we're going to have some terrific talk from two political candidates. Now, don't turn the dial. People that are interested in music should be interested in voting, too. One of the candidates is my dad, Mike Brady, who we will refer to as the good guy. And his opponent running for 4th Councilmanic District is Gene Dickinson, or the bad guy.
Well, that's what I call impartial.
Mike, I have a daughter, and if she had a radio show, I'd be the good guy.
So, to set up the rules for our debate, we'll take calls on all our phone lines, and both of you will respond to the questions.
With you around, I need an umbrella.
It's just politics. You do anything, you say anything, but when it's all over and my dad wins, then we can kiss and make up.
If your dad wins.
It's just semantics.
Seriously, folks, they're both good guys. Now, here to take your phone calls. There's no holds barred. You can ask the candidates anything. On line 1 is Rick.
I have a question for Mr. Brady. You've never been in politics. What makes you think you're qualified to run?
Rick, I think just because you're new to something doesn't mean you're unqualified to do it. I would say this to you. If you're happy with the way your city management is being run by politicians, then vote for a politician. On the other hand, if you want to see some changes made, vote for me.
Gene, would you like to respond?
Sure. It's all a matter of the individual candidates. By my opponent's logic, nobody is worth re-electing. Remember, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln were both re-elected.
Line 6, Deborah calling in.
Yes, Mr. Dickinson, how do you feel about Mr. Brady's plan to use schools which have been closed as housing for the homeless?
It sounds like a great idea, but the schools were closed for reasons of safety, and they would be just as unsafe if they were used as housing for the homeless.
Not with minor adjustments and some simple architectural revamping. That's part of my plan.
As everyone knows, my opponent is an architect, and I would be happy to employ him in that capacity following my re-election.
Thank you, but after the election, I intend to be otherwise engaged.
You got my vote, Dad.
Thank you. I just want to remind your listeners that my daughter is voting for me.
Line 8.
This is Bill. My question has to do with the city council support.
Carol?
Oh, Gary, your station is contributing a wonderful public service by letting Cindy use airtime for the debate.
No, it's my pleasure. Besides, Cindy is one of my favorite people.
Then you're happy with her work.
I'm happy with Cindy in a lot of ways.
Oh, dang, I don't want to be late to this. Dad, Mom, come on. Come on, everybody. The limo has been waiting for 10 minutes. We've got to get to the hotel.
I hear you say limo?
Yes, you did.
Then we afford it.
Well, I saved enough money for a limo and a victory party.
Oh, Mike, where's your victory speech?
Got it right here.
That's what I like, confidence.
Yeah, well, I have another speech right here.
Mom, when Grandpa gets elected, do I have to go to school?
Of course you do, Mickey.
See, I told you. And I did all that campaigning for nothing?
Yep.
What, did you see this afternoon's paper?
Uh-oh, what did you do this time?
No. Look, newcomer Mike Brady has closed the gap.
Yeah, the radio said it's too close to call.
Oh, honey, I'm so proud of you.
Well, I'm proud of everybody. Marcia, why don't you load the kids up?
Mom,
Put them in the front with the driver.
How exciting.
Peter, Wally, before we go, look, the whole family has pulled together in this campaign, but you two have really worked hard to get us where we are, and I want you to know, no matter what happens, I couldn't have had 2 better men working for me. 3 better men working for me. Huh? All right?
All right, you've got to believe.
We're going to win, I know it.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Peter Brady, Mike Brady's campaign manager. Son. We have our first preliminary vote.
Come a long way, Mike.
He's on TV.
I think so.
Looking better and better.
Hey, how can you be so calm? I can't stand watching voting on television. Well, who says we have to wait here until the results are official?
That's tradition.
Oh, Mike, you've never been into tradition.
You want to go down, don't you?
Oh, you bet we
Oh, let's go. New tradition. All right,
Attention, please. The latest numbers are in. With 45% of the precincts reporting, Gene Dickinson, 5,917. Mike Brady, 5,820. We're closing the gap. Only 97 votes separated at this time.
totals, ladies and gentlemen, with 56% of the precincts reporting. Gene Dickinson, 7,236 votes. Mike Brady, 7,318. We're in the lead.
Sunrise. I'm coming to you from Mike Brady's headquarters. The election is so close that they've yet to announce the final results. It's nice that they waited till sunrise when I'm on the air.
Everyone, I know that it's been an awfully long evening, but I now have the final tally. With all precincts reporting, the final results are 12,871 votes for Gene Dickinson, and with 13,119 votes, the new city councilman of the 3rd District, Michael Thomas Brady.
Just as I'm unaccustomed to running for office, I'm also unaccustomed to winning. I like the feeling. This campaign has been very much a group effort, and I would like to applaud all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Forgive me if I don't name everyone, but I would like to mention my family. And that may seem like everyone. First and foremost, the light of my life, my wife, Carol. And the lady who's been a member of our family for more years than I or she care to remember, Alice Franklin. And my family gathered down here, my daughter, Marcia, and her husband, Wally Logan, who is responsible for me being here tonight. My daughter, Jan, and her husband, Philip Covington. My daughter, Cindy, whom you may know from Cindy at Sunrise on KDLA. My son, Dr. Greg Brady, and his wife, Nora. My son, Bob, and his wife, Tracy. And not least, the man who is responsible for my being here and being successful tonight, who has spearheaded this campaign, my son and campaign manager, Peter Brady. Oh, and this little clump of sleeping children over here is also part of the clan. I would like to thank all of the campaign workers who believed in me and who worked so tirelessly, I mean literally round the clock, to get Mike Brady elected councilman of the 4th District. Mike Brady councilman, I like the sound of it.
Mike?
Excuse me. What? Is he in the other room?
Yep.
I've just been given some news. Somebody somewhere may find amusing. This man who just spoke to me is what, the assistant curator of what?
Hall of Records.
Assistant curator of the Hall of Records. Some of you know how I got into this campaign. It was because the freeway was coming through where our house was, and in order to save the house, we put it on trucks. And we transported it 11 blocks from its original site. Now, this man just tells me that my house is no longer in the 4th District. And I'm a resident of the 5th District, is that it?
Yep.
Well, if you believe that, I don't know what there is to say, except that if that's true and the election, as he tells me, has been voided... Well, then the apparent winner of the election would be Gene Dickinson. Gene, if you're still here, you haven't gone back to your own group, come up and shed some light on the subject.
Yes. This is where we kiss and make up.
Oh, this isn't fair.
This is politics.
Well, it's technicalities.
Ladies and gentlemen, a funny thing happened to me on my way over here to concede this election. Mike, I don't know what to say. You won this election. And I certainly hope that you'll run again, especially since you'll be in a different district. You can't be serious. Ladies and gentlemen, you all remember the campaign issue that I had about simplifying our outmoded city charter. Well, one of those revisions, ballot measure 646, has passed. And that new measure says that residency means the place of residence in the last voting election. And I've just been reminded that it is effective today. So you'll see that my re-election has only lasted for 30 seconds, legally and officially.
This is when we kiss and make up.
Okay, Mom. Congratulations, Dad.
Here we are, all assembled.
Next on the Brady.
Sweetheart, are you all right?
So, how long have you been crazy about this guy?
You're firing me? I mean, is that what this meeting is about? You're firing me?
You'd never catch me in love. When you get older, you'll fall in love. I hope I never get that old.
Yeah, let's hear it for the Bradys. Aren't they great?
Later tonight, evil scheming turns to tragedy as Janelle and Sharp's plans for revenge fatally backfire on Falcon Crest. But first, Callie's demands on JR drive him out of South Fork into the arms of a former lover. It's Dallas next.